Today we have an interesting video. Rachel is going to review a barbecue.
Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch, where we just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time I do the cooking, you'll be alerted to it.
So it's kind of interesting that we are outside trying to do a product review with a bunch of chickens behind us. So
always vying for attention.
Hopefully the microphones kind of keep them out of it a little bit. Anyway, so today, no, Rachel is not going to really do a review of a barbecue. I will do most of it. Because I love barbecues and I love gadgets.
I love eating things that are fresh off a barbecue.
So recently, this company here, London Sunshine, reached out to us and said, would you mind if we sent you a barbecue to review for us?
Not at all.
And considering that I love grills, I love my Blackstone, I love my Rectech, and I love my Kamado Joes, I figured absolutely, because this is very similar to a Kamado Joe. You can actually see our other Kamado Joe over there behind us. That's our mini. And then over here I have a regular classic one. So this is like the Kamado Joe Jr., only it doesn't carry the Kamado Joe Jr. price tag.
Right.
So I will say this, they did provide us this grill for free for a purpose of a review. However, they have no say in how we produce this video. They don't get to see the content early. And they did give us a discount code if we like it. We don't make any money off of it, but you can get it on Amazon. And I saw it on Amazon literally at half the cost of the Kamado Joes.
Wow.
So I'm really hoping that this is a good grill, because people ask us all the time, if I can only get one thing, what should I get?
Exactly. And the holidays are coming. So if this is as good of a value as we're hoping it is, I think that this might be something that people can gift during the holidays.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, before we even get into this, this is like the Kamado Joe Jr. So this is good for 1, maybe 2 people. You're not going to be able to smoke a whole full rack of ribs on it. But if you're 1 or 2 people and you want to do like a quarter of a pork belly, that's going to fit on here. If you just want to do a couple of hamburgers, that's going to fit on here. So that's where it's really going to help. And again, people ask us, what should I get? And it really depends on what you like. I love my Kamado, but there's a learning curve to it.
Yeah.
And when you look at the whole thing, it's really expensive. So let's actually go ahead and open up this box. Let's see what's inside of it. And I figured the best way to do this review is literally compare this one to the Kamado side by side. Okay, let's go ahead and open up this box. I had to buy brand new scissors because every pair of scissors is gone. Fortunately, you can get like 3 pairs of scissors for $9 from Amazon, and these are really, really sharp and good quality. Okay, so we've got some instructions. This is gonna be the bottom grate. Looks like I open it from the bottom. Okay, so some kind of a stand probably. Yeah, so that's another part of the stand. Handles. I'm assuming all that is for the stand. That means I'm gonna have to actually, oh, look at that. So it looks like they give you tools to put the stand together. It's always nice when they give you tools, right? Because then you don't have to go looking for everything you need. So we've got 2 screws and a nut, a screwdriver, and a 10 millimeter like this. We need to not lose that. Okay, so I can tell you right now, this is smaller than the Joe Jr. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put together the stand, and then I'll grab my tape measure and we'll measure it out. Okay, so it went together real easy. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. I do like it's got a nice spring hinge on it, just like the actual Kamado Joe. So it looks like inside we've got some cooking racks. and probably our firebox is in here as well. It is packed very, very nice. I will say that. Okay, so we got our firebox, and there's a hole in the front right here so that you can get your ashes out. So we're gonna line that up, open up the ash thing, make sure it's lined up. Place it in there. And then this is to put your lump charcoal in. And then we got our grill. Okay, a little difference in size between the Kamado Joe Jr. and this one here from London Sunshine.
Yeah, much, much smaller.
I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this would be really good for like RVing. I mean, that's what a lot of people use the Kamado Joe Jr. for, but it is big and it is heavy.
Way more convenient.
This, you know where this is going to be good? Tailgating.
Oh, absolutely.
This is going to be really good for tailgating, for RVing,
going
things
to the
like
beach.
that. To give you some ideas of measurements, let's take a look at the Joe Jr. The Joe Jr. is about 27 inches tall to the top of your chimney, whereas this one here is about 18 inches. If you open up the Joe Jr., this grate is about 13 and a half inches in cooking grate. And this one here is about 10 inches.
That's actually not bad as far as like cooking space.
For grilling.
Yes.
You're not going to be able to do too much smoking on this unless you're going to smoke like maybe one piece of something. Maybe you want to smoke a steak or something like that. But you're not going to be smoking a brisket, a whole bunch of sausages. It's not really made for that. I think it's really made for doing an old-fashioned Kamado style barbecuing. But again, this is going to be really good for tailgating. The only issue with it when it comes to tailgating is this is ceramic.
It's going to get hot.
It stays hot for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. So if you're going to go to a football game, you would basically cook on it before the game, and then by the time you get out, it may be cool enough to touch.
So what if you're staying at like Talladega Nights?
That's where this is going to be perfect.
Where you're like a whole week's worth.
Also, Kamado is really good if you want to make pizzas. You can get a pizza stone, which I have one over there. I don't know if that one would fit in here, but I've seen smaller ones. And if you could find a pizza stone that fits inside of that, because these can go up to 800 degrees.
Yeah.
I will tell you, looking over the rest of it, quality-wise, I really think it's like identical.
Yeah.
It's got a decent thickness. Just to give you an idea, the Kamado Joe's got a 1-inch thick piece here, roughly 1 inch thick on the ceramics. And this is just less than 1 inch. But I'll tell you right now, on the Kamado Joe Jr., if you look at this, I don't want you to get your hands all dirty, but the seal here is like a fireproof kind of material. This is a gasket. This is a fireproof gasket. So this is the same gasket that's on the Kamado Joe Classic.
Wow.
Now that Classic 3 over there, to give you an idea, that's a $1,600 barbecue.
Hello.
Okay, so the fact that this gasket is nicer than this gasket, and this is a $400 one, yes, this is bigger, but you also have to look at that.
Quality.
The firebox to empty out everything on the bottom, very, very similar, just obviously a little bit smaller barbecue. I love the handles on here.
Me too.
And even here, you can see picking it up, very, very lightweight, at least for what it is. You know,
sturdy.
It's sturdy. I love the way it was all put together and everything. It's literally an identical chimney. This thing doesn't even twist around very easily. So if you close down this one, you know, this comes off 1, 2, 3. I actually am looking for a replacement of this to get similar to that one. So this one is actually screwed on. So there's one screw here and one screw here to pull it off. So I actually like this better than that.
Yeah.
You know, and again, you've got a nice temperature gauge right here in color. This one is not in color. Overall, I really think this is a nice piece of equipment. So you know what? Here's what we're going to do is we're going to do a cook on this. We're actually in the middle of a vlog. We are going to have some bacon cheddar burgers that I made tonight, along with some brats. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this thing going, and we're gonna cook our dinner on this one. I was gonna cook it on the Joe Jr. I think we'll just cook it on here and see, can I fit everything that we're eating on here, or do I have to do it in 2 batches? But again, we're feeding you and I.
Yeah.
You know, we're not feeding
normal people.
a normal person. Like, I feel like I could definitely fit 4 burgers on here. I don't know if I'm going to fit the brats as well, but we can start with the burgers and then move on to the brats.
I think this is good for its inaugural cook.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and light this. Okay, we're gonna let this come up to temperature, and I do notice that I really like this. So it's got this grate here so that you can get some airflow, and it still has another cover on top of it. So we're gonna leave it all the way open for right now to let this come up to temperature. Go ahead and put that piece of charcoal in there. We'll close it up, and then we're gonna open this up all the way as well. We're gonna try to get this up to temperature, and after that, we'll cook our burgers. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and check this. That looks good. We're gonna close this up here. It's saying we're at 450 degrees. Looks pretty good there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our grate in here. We're gonna let the temperature settle a little bit, and then we're gonna grab our hamburgers. Okay, we're holding temperature at 400 degrees, so we're gonna go ahead and put some of these burgers on. So we're gonna try 4. Can we cook 4 of these burgers? Each one of these burgers is 1/4 pound. Fit 4 perfectly. Probably could fit brats on there if I really wanted to, but we're gonna leave it just like this and go ahead and close it up. Okay, let's go ahead and check these out. Oh yeah. Cooking up nicely. So it looks like my fire is a little uneven, but I don't think that's a fault of the grill. I'm just gonna go ahead and shift these around a little bit. Just get a little sear on these. Go ahead and check them. Oh, these are perfect. Look at that, medium. 138. This one, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the brats. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pull these hamburgers off. And what we're gonna do is we got a couple of hot dogs here. Go ahead and just put these on. Instead of bratwurst, we're gonna go with hot dogs. Put those for a couple minutes. And then what we're gonna do, I like them flame broiled, so we're gonna open this all the way out. Okay, let's go ahead and get these hot dogs. Oh yeah. Just let that side go for 1 second. Okay. We got that. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and shut this down the way we would normally shut down the other ones, just to close everything off. Okay, let's talk about the London Sunshine Kamado grill. We've used this grill for about 6 cooks now, and I have to say, overall, I am super impressed with this little grill, but I do want to highlight the word little, but we'll get to that in a little while, actually. Overall, I'm super impressed with it. I think it works really well. It does what it's supposed to do. If you're familiar with Kamado style cooking at all, it does everything that you would see in something like the Kamado Joe Jr. back there, or even the large Kamado Joe. It controls temperature very well. It retains heat very well. It does not use a lot of charcoal when you're using lump charcoal. As a matter of fact, I have some charcoal in here right now. I have not added any charcoal for the last, I think, 3 cooks. So whatever is left in here, that is what is left after 3 other cooks. I loaded it all the way up, and I wanted to see how far am I going to get just continuing to reuse the same charcoal over and over again, and then shutting down the grill at the end. And it works very, very well. Controlling temperature, if again you're familiar with Kamado style cooking, it translates very well from something like the Big Green Egg or the Kamado Joe. Now, I've never used the Big Green Egg, but I'm assuming that you can really control temperature very much the same way with the Big Green Egg as you can with the Kamado Joes, where you have your vent on the bottom and then you have the vent on the top. And so I've done everything that I would normally do on the Kamado Joe Jr. and my Kamado Joe Classic, and opening the bottom to 1 finger width and then basically adjusting all my temperatures on top, and it has worked flawlessly. Now, what have we cooked on here? I cooked burgers, I cooked some steaks, I did do a pork belly, like a very small piece of pork belly. Everything worked great with it, but I do have a few cons. So first of all, the biggest con is probably going to be, it is a small grill. So if you're looking for something like this to be able to do a nice brisket, it's not going to happen. You could probably get away with a half a rack of ribs, but it's a pretty small grill. It's really better for cooking your burgers, maybe a small piece of pork belly. You could absolutely do like reverse searing of steaks, slower cooks, things like that, but it's going to have to be small. One of the things that I really like, though, is that when you compare this to the Kamado Joe Jr. that is back there, it is significantly smaller in size and weight. However, you don't give up a lot of cooking room. When you compare the two sizes and then take into account the height, the weight, and the portability, I think this grill wins. I mean, you're not going to be doing a big brisket on the Kamado Joe Jr. either. Heck, for that matter, I can't fit a full brisket on my Kamado Joe Classic. You'd really need to go to the Kamado Joe Big Joe, which is a $3,000 grill. So at that point, go to a pellet grill. Like, that's what, I don't own one because it's a $3,000 grill by the time you're done. So this is really good for portability. We actually got the Kamado Joe Jr. It was free when we bought our Kamado Joe, and I was really hoping that I could use that to go RVing. But it's just too big and too heavy. I mean, I can carry it, but it's cumbersome to take as a weekend warrior. It takes up a lot of room in the back of my truck. The way the stand works, you got to lift it up and take it out of the stand. The fact that this whole unit, like even sitting down, you don't need a lot of leverage, is portable. It's literally bolted into the stand. I like that. I'm not worried about this tipping over. Like, I could put this into the bed of my truck, maybe put a strap around it against the wall. I would even feel good putting it on the floor in the RV, and it's not gonna knock around. So I really like that about that. The only other real con that I have to this grill is this piece down here on the bottom. For the ashtray, number one, it doesn't come with a tool to get the ashes out, but there is no easy way to get anything in there to clean out the ashes. So the only way to really clean out the ashes is to take out the basket inside and then remove all the charcoal and then get to like the ash on the bottom and use your vacuum cleaner. But other than that, I think it's a great grill, especially for the price. So if you're looking for a small, really reliable grill that's going to last you a lifetime, this is definitely the one to go with. So I'm super impressed with it. Let us know down in the comment section. Have you ever tried Kamado style grilling? Is it something that you're interested in? I will leave a link for this down below. I greatly appreciate London Sunshine for sending it to us for the purpose of this review. And I can tell you this will actually find a place in our camping lifestyle. Now, if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent videos I'm going to put right over here. But whether you head that way or you head this way, make sure you head this way. Subscribe to our channel, hit that little bell button. This way you are notified every time we upload a new video. And until next time, bye.